We're just over halfway through the January transfer window, and so far it's been very quiet for Rangers in terms of transfer news until now. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that the Gers have put in an official offer in for Morgan Whitaker, and in today's video we're going to break down and let you know who the player is and what he can bring to Rangers. Not only that, we also take a look at what Piers Morgan has said regarding Cristiano Ronaldo, stating that he would have joined Rangers over Al-Nassr. We also go over the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Before we get into today's video, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Cristiano Ronaldo would have considered moving to Celtic or Rangers in order to further cement his Champions League legacy. That's according to Piers Morgan, who has defended the Portuguese superstar's mega money move to Saudi Arabian side Al-Nassr. Ronaldo negotiated his exit from Manchester United prior to the World Cup after an explosive interview with Morgan in which he savaged his former boss Erik ten Hag and the club's board. Morgan insists he hasn't gone out for the money, but to help grow the game in the Gulf state. The broadcaster says that Cristiano Ronaldo told him that his first choice was to join a club in the Champions League in order to break further records in the competition. However, no offers made to the player were deemed acceptable. TalkSport presenter Laura Woods challenged Morgan, saying, "Can I give you a quick scenario? If the Scottish Premiership had the money that the Saudis do, would you have the same opinion if Ronaldo went to play there?" He replied, "Ronaldo would have gone anywhere that had Champions League football. I know for a fact because he repeatedly told me that's what he really wanted to do, was extend his Champions League career. He has most of the records in the Champions League and he wants to extend them, probably so that Messi can't catch him and then he ends up being the GOAT of Champions League football. That was his motivating factor. I do believe that he is driven by records and legacy than he is by money. He has already got £500 million, so it's not like he needed a few quid in Saudi Arabia. He just happens to be getting a stupendous payday to build football there from a very good platform of beating the world champions." So things did change a lot in the last few months in terms of the narrative of football in the Middle East. It was a tremendous World Cup for the region generally, so it looks a little less cozy than it would have done 6 months ago when Saudi were complete irrelevance in football. I'm not going to pretend that what he's doing was absolutely what he wanted as first choice. What he wanted to do was extend the Champions League, but he didn't get an offer that was acceptable for him. Just a quick one before we get back into the video, guys. We are currently doing a January sale on all our Rangers merchandise. Just go down into the link in the description or go to rfcclothing.com. We do have new prints coming in February, but for now, as I said, shop the old collection, rfcclothing.com, or go down into the link in the description. Let's get back into the video. Swansea City's Morgan Whitaker has emerged as a target for Rangers, and according to Fabrizio Romano, the club have submitted an offer and are currently having negotiations with the player. However, until now, many of you will not know much regarding him, so here you go. Morgan Whitaker is currently playing for Swansea City and spent the first half of the season out on loan at Plymouth Argyle. The winger has 9 goals and 7 assists in League One from 25 appearances this season. The youngster signed for Swansea from Derby County back in 2021, having broke through their academy setup. He scored in his debut for Swansea in the FA Cup defeat to Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, before eventually being allowed to leave for Lincoln City on loan, where he scored 5 goals in 20 games. The striker has been described as versatile, who can chip in with goals and assists, while his energy levels have also been praised. When he was still in the academy at Derby, the performance manager Justin Walker had this to say about him. "I worked with him more regularly last season and I can already see how much he's improved and that won't stop. He is already a top player and it is no wonder that he has been included in the first team setup, and that's only going to continue. He is a testament to what this academy is all about and have a great model to all our other players. Having the ability is one thing, but it is really his attitude that's going to take him to the top." Whitaker is a wanted man, and it's no surprise given his eye for goal. Former Derby County manager Philip Cuckoo praised the then 19-year-old when he scored his first goal for the club, saying this at the time. "He came on in quite a few games but couldn't get into the game or bring what we saw of him in training sessions. Now he did. It's important to get your first goal, especially for an offensive player like he is, and also an assist in one game to help us win the game. He has to enjoy this moment." Getting the right man for the right has been an issue for Rangers for some time now. That even stretches back to the Steven Gerrard era, first with Eros Grezda, Ovi Ajaria, Jordan Jones, Jake Hasty, Scott Wright, Greg Stewart, and last season Amad Diallo have all been tried. Rangers splashed out £2.5 million on Rabbi Matondo, but that hasn't worked out so far this season. Rangers take on Kilmarnock next in the Scottish Premiership, and Michael Beale provided an injury update ahead of the clash. He said, Kemar Roofe won't be available for this weekend, he'll get a scan and a second opinion. It's not a break, we just need to wait and see the extent of the injury. It's a huge disappointment for Kemar and the fans. He is a huge character at this club and I feel for him. James Sands will come back into the squad for tomorrow. Kolak hopefully returning for the weekend. We don't want to push his return on an artificial pitch. With regards to transfers, he said, we are looking at all areas. We want to bring in more goals into this club. I'm really pleased with how things are moving. We are going in the right direction. I don't want any short-term gaps. We want players who can make a big impact moving forward into 2023 and 2024 onwards. It's important any decisions we make are the right ones. He also went further and ruled out Tom Davies making a move, stating that he wasn't a target, finally putting those transfer rumours to bed. Charlie Nicholas has slammed the Scottish FA and the SPFL for doing VAR on the cheap after it failed to do its job during the semi-finals over the weekend. He wrote in his Daily Mail column, the Viaplay Cup semi-finals should have been two showcase events for Scottish football. The VAR farce and awful Hampden pitch made it a national embarrassment. In Sunday's semi between Rangers and Aberdeen, when we had the ridiculous scenario of VAR breaking down and being abandoned after Kemar Roofe had put the Light Blues 2-1 up in extra time. About 4 minutes later though, it was suddenly announced over the public address system that it was back up and running. Scottish football opted to go for the cut price version of VAR that cost £250,000 per season, and now we are paying the price. The cheaper model provides limited cameras and backup for officials. Is this how we want to promote our game to the world? We should be giving officials the best tool and training, not to mention a full-time wage, so we can get back to talking about football again. We had two exciting semi-finals and look what made the headlines. It's ridiculous. We've tried to do things on the cheap by cutting corners and it's turning our game into a laughingstock at times. The clubs, SPFL and SFA need to get together and agree to do VAR properly, do it right and give our refs a chance. As a game, let's strive to be the best we can be. Yes, it will cost a lot more money, but incentives should be bringing in additional funding. Why not get a sponsor for VAR? The decisions are often game-changing. It would be a win-win for Scottish football and the sponsor giving their brand exposure at our ground and TV. Rangers fans, if money wasn't an option, could you see a world where Cristiano Ronaldo plays for Glasgow Rangers? And what are your thoughts on Morgan Whitaker joining the football club? Let me know your thoughts, as I said, down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. Please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. We are also having a January sale on all our Rangers merchandise. Just go down into the link in the description or go to rfcclothing.com to browse the collection. We do have new pieces coming out in February, but as I said, until then, go shop the old collection. Thank you, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Peace.